All right, I think we are live. I had to mute one. Hold on. Okay, that didn't work. Hello. Can you hear me? It may have worked. Let me know if you can hear me. And I was trying to just go live on YouTube earlier, so that's why I am late. I had to go back in and redo it. So come in here. Let me know if you can hear me first off, and then I will go from there, please, so that I don't have to redo it again. Let me know if you're in here and if you can hear. And if you're watching the replay, you just zoom right on past this. Today we are going to be drawing a seahorse. Benefits of being on my text list is that sometimes I'll send you a message, and like I did today, and told them that I was coming live at 1 o'clock, and let me know what they wanted me to draw. And so I got several requests back. One from Valerie was about, she wanted me to draw a seahorse, so that's what she gets. I have other requests, and I'll throw those in for the next times. Also, if you're not on my email list, you want to be on there too, because you get extra stuff in that list. So just FYI, let me put up the number. If you want to know when I'm going live, you can text lives to that number right there, and you will know, you'll receive a text every time I come live. All right. Let me know. I see one person is in here right now, so if you can, let me know if you can hear me, whoever you are. Let me hide that one. Okay. Not getting any comments just yet, so we're just going to go straight on with it. Today we're drawing a seahorse, and it's from a photo reference from Unsplash, David Claude or Claude or something. I'm not sure how you say it, but anyway, I like to give credit where credit is due. Whenever I use a photo, I always like to credit the photographer. So I didn't know. I was unaware. I went to Unsplash and I was Googling on Unsplash. I was searching for seahorse. I was very unaware seahorses come in several different colors. And let me just show you real quick. So right here, if you can see on my iPad, like there's a pink seahorse and yellow. And I was not aware of that at all. So I thought that was very interesting. Thought I'd share it with you. Let's see, there's like an orangey brown one, a peachy colored. That was interesting to me. I've never really paid attention to seahorses. So this is something, this is the benefit of y'all help coming on here and requesting stuff, because you're gonna request things that I would not normally do. And on anything under the sea, I'm not usually going to do that. So it's beneficial for you to tell me what you want to see me do. I still don't see any comments, so I'm just making sure we're good. I hope we are. Oh, I do see. Dolores says, how about drawing a turtle? And she says she can hear me. Thank you so much, Dolores. I appreciate that. And I will add, what kind of turtle? Just a regular turtle or a sea turtle? I'll add that to my list. All right, so here's my little seahorse. I'm going to take me off the screen and just put the seahorse on there. Let's turn this light down. Maybe you can see it better there. Maybe, maybe not. It is very small. I printed it out to like a 3.5, a sea turtle, a 3.5 by 5. All right, so let's see. So first of all, I mean, off. You can start at one end, or you can start smack dab in the center, however you want to do it. Either way, you're going to draw one little section and you're going to build off of that to get all the other little sections on there. So it really doesn't matter where you begin. Let's just start right here with this part there. It kind of comes around like a C shape right there on the tip. Can you see that okay? And if a helpful hint, if you're watching on your phone and probably your iPad as well, if you will take it and turn it sideways, you'll be able to see that better. All right, so now it has a slight little swoop to it right here, just a very slight angled line. It's not straight. And remember, you don't have to get it right straight off the bat. You can just kind of get it in there to start with and then play around with the swooping part of it, just like I just did. You can just draw your line back to get it where you want to go, and then you can come in here and swoop. And I always have to play around with my grandson because he expects to get it right off the bat. And I'm like, that is the whole reason you have erasers, so that you can erase. I erase all the time. I usually don't even have an eraser because I erase so much. So I'm going to pull this one more straight back this way. And now I can tell that I've gotten too close to my words up here. I'm just going to go with it. It's got these little prong things that stick out. Let's not worry about those yet. Let's just get the shape of the seahorse in, and then we'll come back in and draw some of these little prongs in, whatever they are. I'm going to call them prongs. I tend to call a lot of things that, so we're just going to go with that too. I'm just going to come on back here with the head. I'm going to swoop down just a little bit for this part right there. And then back up for the neck and swoop it around, like curve it around, something like that. And then I'm going to come back over here to this side, and I'm going to just come up with a little irregularity to my strokes because it is not. And I know I'm going to have this too skinny. I'm going to have to adjust it. That's why you always want to do it with pencil first. So I'm just checking it, coming up. I need to come up higher, higher right there, swoops down, and then back up. And it's not that pointed. And then I erase what's here. So it kind of swoops down. And then now we've got our neck area right here. And then we've got the back, which I've got this line coming too straight down. So I'm just going to erase it out. I'm going to come off of this and draw in the body. And I'm just kind of making a slight curved line coming downward right there. And then this line is going to kind of come in, and it's going to come in the back and out. But I don't have that just right. It looks more like some kind of, well, he is a sea creature. I was going to say some kind of sea creature. This is more curved, slight, and out. I made that look easy. Well, I'm glad. I hope you can do it. It's not, I mean, sometimes it can be difficult, but you just have to work at it. You know, it's even difficult for me sometimes, and I have to just work at it. I don't have that right, just right. So I'm going to erase and work on it. So this comes down, and then it's going to come that way. kind of swoop it over. This one is swooped over instead of under. Kind of comes in the opposite direction. So I don't know. I think sometimes I think I'm dyslexic, so I do things backwards a lot. So I will have hard times with angles and stuff like that. And I think that's just part of it. All right, so now we can come in on the sides, and if you notice the distance from this one, and it actually is not a straight line right there, it comes down and curves into that line. And then this one is more, it is shorter on this end, but again, you don't have to have it perfect. So then we can start pulling in our tail that's down here. And that is just going to make that little, if you want to kind of, you can draw you in a little guide to go by if you want to, and then erase it once we get it on there. But it kind of gives you a direction to go. And pay attention to how wide it is up here, and then it gets smaller as it goes around. Now that guide would mess me up, so I'm going to erase it. So you can like do this part right here and curve it around. And then come and bring this part in and curve it around. Come back to this line and keep that going. Just like that. And then bring this part around to meet up with the tip. And that's your seahorse, basically, your basic outline. Now, if you were just going to draw it to paint it, that's all I would do right there. Then I'd put everything else in with paint. But for the sake of drawing and seeing things, learning to see things, it's very beneficial to really dissect it and take it apart and try to figure it out. It's going to help you so much with your painting. Now, looking at the other seahorses, that is the eye right there. It's so super tiny. And I know you probably have a hard time seeing it. But this up here I would have mistaken that for an eye right there because it kind of looked like it. It's just a weird, I'm going to like separate this with a little line. This looks like it's got kind of like tiger stripes coming across on the whatever you call, is this a, what do you call it on a seahorse? I want to call it a beak, but whatever. I don't know what it is. I'm just kind of mimicking what I see, drawing some of that in. I see a little pointed thing that comes up right here. So now I'm just going to come in and put that in. And then I can erase that line that goes up to it. And there's this is raised up right here. Whatever this is, I'm just kind of mimicking some of these little lines, and it's raised up. So it's a little shadowed around it. And that's why I would have thought it would have been an eye. And then you've got some more shadow back over in here. And you've got these lines that come in on it too. So then we come up. This is kind of, it comes down and back up. Makes a little weird little indentions and shapes. And it comes back out off the head a little bit. They look like little dinosaurs or something. And then at the very top, it comes up like a crown almost. With these little pointed things that come up here and here. I'll get rid of that straight line going across though. And then right here, there's a little bit of a piece that comes up. I'm just looking at the shape and trying to mimic the shape that I see on there. Right here, I see the separation of the head right before that little V shape right there. So I'm just going to kind of put that in. I didn't bring this far enough back. I can tell already. This is where the eye is right there. So I've got some kind of shadow. And with the shadows, everything makes a shape. So I just kind of draw the shadow in and then color it in, trying to mimic the shape that I see on there. And sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't. And sometimes I'm close enough and it doesn't matter. So there is a shadow that comes around. And I do not have this just right. Just from doing this, I can tell I'm off from it. But you know what? At the end of the day, still gonna look like a seahorse, I hope. I do see like an imaginary line coming down, right? If it's imaginary, I wouldn't see it, wouldn't I? But I see some kind of line. The picture's so dark, I don't think you can see it. I see some kind of line coming down, like right through here, like a subtle darkness up under his skin. And then there are lines that are highlighted that come across this way, and then the angles turn as they go up. And it's so hard for you to see it in this picture, I'm sure. But you see all these different little prongs that come off of these lines as you come out. And then down here, there's these tiny, tiny little lines that are coming out. So I'm just going to come down and make me an imaginary, I keep saying imaginary line, it's not imaginary, a light line, a nose, spine, and snout. Janet, you're just going to have to give us all the details of a seahorse. Okay, look it up real quick and throw it out here to us. Anything else we need to know about him? All right, so below his that little raised piece right there, there's another little crown shaped thing that comes out. And then there's another one here. We got that one under there's another little piece under his chin, his chinny chin chin. All right, now I'm going to start drawing these lines across here. And they are at a slight angle too. And then these even come down the tail. And then they start angling differently as they go around the swirl. All right, and now let's start putting in. I don't see very many over here, maybe just a little raised part coming off of that. Off of that. I just kind of make it part of it, like I just move it into the body. Just bring that one out just a little bit more with a curve. And then over here, I'm going to do the same thing. Maybe every other one have a little one and then a big one. I'm not trying to be exact with it by any means. Coming out with that one a little bit larger. And then right here, it has a prong or two, whatever they are, or 3 or 4. And then they have these tiny little, like a peacock in a way. I know you can't see it right now. You just gotta trust me on that. Let me pull it up on my iPad so you can see it. Right there. That's the picture. Can you see those? So there's like a row that comes across, that lines all come out, and there's a row across this way and another row. It gets dark, and there's another row. And then this is, maybe I should just show you if you can see it without the glare. You see the shadow right here, that darkness. This, call it a shadow. It's really discoloration in the seahorse. So I would just come in and shadow this in. Let me draw it in first. I'm going to get the drawing part in. All that along the edges in shadow. And then some of that coming down there is. And then you have a little bit of shadow back here, or discoloration. It's not really shadow. Well, come here, child. Come here. All right. Got some. Yeah, I don't have the head just right at all. I think it's pretty cool. He's got a crown. Notice that big piece of light color. That's light. There's light reflecting on this seahorse everywhere. She took the easy way out. Everything you ever wanted to know about a seahorse. Janet, Janet, Janet. So I'm not putting all these details in here right now. All this light, all that stuff. I'm not putting that in here. I would do that when I'd be painting it or something. But I'm throwing some kind of detail. I don't know what all that looks like. A hot mess right there, but so then we come off of here. I'll make it look better with paint next week. How about that? I can do some magic with some paint, but not so much with the drawing. So I just usually just get the main part in there. But the part of it I want you to see and know, this is probably some water that has, I don't know, accumulated on there. I don't have a clue. What I want you to get in the habit of, look at this tail right here too. Let me get it closer. Right in the curve of that tail, it's two-dimensional. You see the top part and then you see the side part. So you need to draw that side part in there. I'm at three-dimensional looking almost. You reach out and touch it. And then this part does too. It has a little piece of that side, so I'm just going to add that in there. And that's what really makes your thing stand apart. There's a little bit here and here, and not look so flat. Let's see, a piece of the side over here. And that may be just side over there and not shadow. So anyway, I think that little peacock part of him is super cool. Isn't that neat? So I don't know what all this is. This looks so strange on here. But I'll bring him to life when I paint him. And he won't look so strange. But that's basically that strange little creature that Valerie wanted to draw. So, Valerie, I expect to see a seahorse out of you. You see all that stuff? All the lines, they look like tiger stripes. You can pull your own photo up if you want to and try to draw it and come back and show me. Come back and show me your seahorse after you draw it. They look strange in real life. They look strange right there. They really do. And do they just swim around straight up and down? That's really, really weird. I don't know. But the important thing is to know how to draw a little bit. You don't have to know how to draw a lot. If you can draw a little bit, that is going to help you out so much with your paintings. There's some amazing ones at the Georgia Aquarium. I've never been there. Never been. I've never, like I said, I've never been the aquarium type person, the under the sea person. I just, nah, I don't get into that at all. But anyway, so I don't mind drawing things for y'all when you want me to. Anyway, so drawing a base, just the basic shape of this seahorse is beneficial for you. There's going to be a time. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's always going to be a time you're going to need to draw something simple like this. To connect the dot, to do something because something's going to quit on you and you're not going to be able to do it. So, it's really helpful. And just to pick out the shapes, if you can pick out shapes and if you can draw anything and you can paint anything if you pick out shapes of stuff. So for instance, that let me pull him back over here. See if I've got him back. That shape right there. This makes a shape like a all right, so it goes over and then it makes a U shape right here. And then it comes down more like a straight line here. And then you've got a weird little shape right there. And if you can mimic that with drawing or painting, then you're not going to have any problem at all doing any of this stuff. And when it comes to painting this, I'll just kind of, you've got several different shades. You've got a light shade, a medium shade, and a dark shade right there. But then you've got this light reflecting all over it, probably from his camera. And then these are like a blue or indigo color. I don't know if you can see that. And let's see, it's like a light, dark, light, dark again, and then there's light out on the tips. We have to do more sprinkling. Thank you, Tammy. Y'all, yeah, I appreciate you sprinkling, spreading this around for more people to help out. I mean, for this to help out. Anyway, so the more you can see shapes and mimic what you see, the better off you're going to be. So look at this right here. This makes a Y shape. Do you see that? And then that is like, it could be black, it could be navy blue. Then I see some like royal blue or phthalo blue or something like that out here along the edges, and then white in the center. I would go ahead and get these darks painted in first along these lines and then start bringing in this next blue color, and then it graduates to a lighter blue and then a super white. I don't know if you can see all that or not, but again, you don't have to have everything in there. Does that not look like an eye to you? But I swear I think that's the eye. I don't know. He's weird. That's the eye for sure. But I think it's really cool that he's got a little crown. And then this blue. There I see 3 shades of blue right there. 1, 2, 3. The more you have, the better. Same thing with this yellow. You've got 3 shades for sure of the yellow, if not more than that. Especially when you get down here on the tail. There might be more. And it's like a yellow green too. Anyway, so that's it. Look at that one. That one's super cute. Look at that. angle, and that's just like his little fin. That's what that is. Come back here, little guy. That helps him swim. And then he's got another fin right there I didn't see. I don't know if you can see it or not. Mhm. Is that his eye or is that his eye? Because right here, his eye's down here. So that could be. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. All right. That's it for today. That's my strange seahorse. And I'll come back next week and I'll paint him and hopefully make him look better. Because right now he's looking a little scary. All right. So yes, I appreciate it if you did sprinkle, and I'll be back next week. We'll paint this little guy up, and then y'all throw out other ideas if you want me to draw them. But I want you to participate too. I don't want it just being me. I want. Let me put me back up here. Hold on. Got me right in the way. There. I want to see yours. I don't want this to be one-sided because two things. I want you to participate because I want you to do it and that will help you out so much. Second thing is, I don't know if I'm being any help to y'all or not if you're not giving me feedback about what, if you're doing it or not. I want to see that you're doing it so that I know I'm helping you. Okay. So when you draw something, I want you to bring it back and put it down here under the video. Don't be shy. Nobody here is going to say anything. And if they do, I'll kick them right back off the page and block them and ban them, and they'll never be back again because we don't tolerate mean people around here. So anyway, go do it. Go draw it. Come back and let me see it. And then come paint it with me next week, okay? And I will talk to y'all later. In the meantime, have a good day. Janet said you've been so much help. I appreciate you. Thank you, Janet. I appreciate you for being here too. Hey, Rosie. Rosie was at the pool. Rosie lives the life. I'm just going to tell you. She's always by the pool or out of town on vacation playing some kind of ball. I don't know what she's doing. She's having a fun time. Anyway, not like baseball, nothing like that. Rosie, I don't think you played that or softball or anything. But anyway, y'all have a great day and I'll see you next week, okay? Bye.